Welcome into Chatterbox Bearcats. UC moves to 5-1, 3-0 in the Big 12. Listen, we came into this game, had trap game written all over it after a big win against Iowa State. You're playing UCF, not a great football team, but certainly no slouch. And we got it done. I mean, it was ugly, very ugly. But you're sitting there 3-0 in the Big 12, and you're 5-1 on the season. You got to feel really good. You lost by 3 points to Nebraska. Things started clicking a little bit more. We didn't see the high-flying offense. A lot of that has to do with UCF's defense is solid, man. They were giving up 150 yards passing a game, which is top 15 in all of college football. Sorsby threw for 190, 2 touchdowns, only 12 completions. You don't typically see that with Sorsby, but overall solid. He didn't make any mistakes. The guy has thrown one pick all season, and that was late against Nebraska. He's not turning the ball over. This team can win games when he takes care of the football, and he's done that so far. First and foremost, I forgot, we got to get to our Martino's, our presenting sponsor, of course. We did the live show there for the Kansas game. We'll be doing another couple of live shows there, actually, probably 3 more. We're thinking at Utah, and I'm just going to guess when we play that game, it's going to be – there's a lot more hype around this program right now. We're currently 26th in the AP poll. If you look at the votes, I can almost guarantee you're going to see a number next to UC's name next game against Oklahoma State. And God forbid, you can't lose to Oklahoma State. You got to think you win that game. I don't care if it's on the road. The mullet man, Mike Gundy, is gone. They're in disarray. You think you absolutely beat Oklahoma State. And then you're sitting there 4-0 in the Big 12, man. You're in the driver's seat to be in contention to make the college football playoff. If you would have asked me that last year at this time, I would have told you were absolutely out of your goddamn mind. But here we are, man. Credit to Scott Satterfield. But Martino's, craving something legendary, swing by Martino's on Vine, right on Short Vine, just steps from the University of Cincinnati. Home of the best stromboli. Huge, cheesy, perfectly seasoned dough wrapped around your favorite toppings. Hungry for something even more massive? Try one of their signature 2-foot hoagies. Sandwich monstrosities piled high with everything from shaved ribeye to hot Italian sausage, piled veggies, cheese, and sauces. Are you kidding me? 2-foot hoagie after a big W? Go get one right now. Dead serious. I might swing by there. Game day, Martino's has you covered. It's one of the best spots around to catch Bearcats games away or home. TVs everywhere, crowd energy on point, and not a bad seat in the house. Shout out to Martino's, man. But getting back to this football game, man. So UCF did not have their starter. They've kind of had 3 different quarterbacks that have played a decent amount this season. Cam Fancher, I thought, was great. I mean, he ran the ball 20 carries for 108 yards. He was scrambling around, keeping the team alive a little bit. Talk about a bend, don't break defense, though. I mean, that was a clinic in that department. I mean, they were on the field. I'll check the stats here real quick. I mean, it had to have been. Yeah, we're going back to the possession issue again. 40 minutes of possession for UCF to our 20. That defense was on the field for a very long time and really shouldn't have given up a touchdown except for that fluky 4th and 12 that was deflected. Thank God it wasn't a one-possession game because that could have really ruined my weekend. But you're on the field for too long. The offense, like I said, UCF's got a pretty solid defense, but they had multiple, I think it was 4 3-and-outs. So you don't really love to see that, but, UCF started going for it on 4th down a lot. They could not get into the red zone until the very end of the 4th quarter. So you got to give credit to the defense. I mean, they were swarming. There was a lot of, dink and dunks, but they would not let anybody get past them vertically. They made some great plays. Sims, I believe, had that punch-out fumble, which kind of changed the trajectory of the game. They started out going for it on 4th and 2. We stuffed them. And then the second possession, we get a Jeff Caldwell 40-yard touchdown pass. Jeff Caldwell, he has arrived. I know, if you've been listening to the show, we were probably the most excited about Jeff Caldwell being 6'5" from Lindenwood. Don't know how that happened. Apparently, they said on the broadcast one of his hobbies is bird watching. That's what you want. A 6'5", 220-pound receiver that in his free time he's bird watching and probably film after that. That's what you love to see, man. And that the broadcast was eating up that Sorsby DM'd him, hey, come be great at Cincinnati. And I love it. I mean, your favorite quarterback is DM and Delta Gamma chicks. Our favorite quarterback is DM and a 6'5" receiver at Lindenwood. Tell him to come on over to UC. And he apparently Sorsby is responsible for a lot of these receivers that we got today. We'll run through the box score and some of the numbers here. Joe Royer, 2 receptions for 83 yards. I would love to get the guy more involved, man. You saw the speed. You saw why he is a Sunday player at that frame, and he was cooking. I was hoping he was getting to the end zone, but it was a 67-yard pass. Jeff Caldwell had 3 catches for 58 yards, 2 touchdowns. Goodie, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Isaiah Johnson, 2 for 14. Noah Jennings, 1 for 12 there. Evan Pryor, again, the running game is fantastic. Our offensive line, you look at any metric you want to look at, they have played absolutely top-tier football, the offensive line, and that's where you want to start, man, in the trenches. We got a lot of studs on that offensive line, which really opens things up for guys like Tawee Walker, Evan Pryor, and Brendan Sorsby to actually analyze the field, get it to his deep threat, second, third option, things like that. Yeah, because you got Evan Pryor at 11 for 48 and Tawee Walker 8 for 31. So, I mean, not a bad thing from the ground. I kind of wish we would have stuck with the ground game a little bit more. I mean, we're getting about 5 yards a pop every time we run the football. I thought we got away from that a little bit, and that would have, maybe eased some of this massive discrepancy in time of possession. But, hey, you got to like what you saw. I don't know how that PI call. There's a couple of other bad PI calls. We are getting screwed by the Zebras. There was a couple that I will say UCF, I think they got hosed a little bit, but we deserved it. I mean, we've seen 2 straight weeks of the Zebra show trying to lose the game for UC. So, I mean, I just remember that one where it was they called a PI anyway, but then the ref called it a catch on the field. He was 6 feet out of bounds. I mean, quite literally, the guy was 6 feet out of bounds. I have no idea. Get his eyes checked. That ref was pretty ridiculous. I mean, there's not a whole lot. I'm running this thing solo, so we're not going to do a super long show here. I thought it was really interesting that UCF was running the football with 4 minutes left, down 17. I mean, they had like 4 rushes in our, inside our 30-yard line. I thought that was. I don't know if Scott Frost had money on the spread. We did not cover the spread, by the way. I believe it was. What was that spread of this game? I didn't take it. I felt like it was a bit of a trap. I believe it was like 10 and a half. Ooh, yeah, not great. You would have covered if they didn't get that 2-point conversion. So, a lot of people were upset about that, I'm sure. Looking at UC schedule moving forward, though, man, like I said, you got at Oklahoma State next weekend. You got to assume that's a win. And then you're looking at Baylor, Utah, Arizona, BYU, and TCU. So we avoid Texas Tech. Texas Tech plays Kansas tonight. I think that's going to be a little tighter than people think. Jalen Daniels, I think, is a really good quarterback. I could see Kansas sticking around in that game and possibly getting a W there. We'll see, but at least we don't have to face the juggernaut that is Texas Tech. I mean, they're one of the top 5 most, highest paid teams in the country for a reason, and you've seen that thus far. I mean, they put an ass whooping on Utah, and I think Utah is a really good team. So, looking at this schedule, obviously the back half of this thing is not going to be easy. Outside of Oklahoma State, I mean, Baylor, Utah, Arizona, BYU, and TCU are good football teams. They can absolutely beat you. You can't make mistakes against them. You got to execute. But with our guy, Brendan Sorsby, I'm not so sure he shouldn't be talked about as the best quarterback in the Big 12. And I truly believe that. I mean, UCF, again, there wasn't a whole lot of open guys. Like I said, he only had 12 completions today. But he managed the game correctly to get us a win. We didn't need the aerial attack today. We needed to kind of control the possession after he had a couple big plays, most notably Joe Royer's 67-yard pass and Jeff Caldwell's 40-yard touchdown to start things off. And then you can kind of play the clock game. And it almost seemed like we were playing the clock game for the entire second half. I mean, we had 3 points in the second half. I wish we would have scored a little bit more, but hey, a W's a W. And, running through the Big 12 right now, we're sitting at 3-0. You got Arizona State at 2-0, Texas Tech at 2-0, BYU at 2-0. I really, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, I really think that this team is going to be in contention when it's all said and done for a Big 12 championship. And again, it'd be different if we played 3 Big 12 teams that are on the bottom of the barrel. But we beat Kansas. We beat Iowa State. First ranked win in Nippert and God knows how long. The vibes are changing very quickly, man. Like I was, initially I'm like, just get me to basketball season, even though God knows what's going to happen there. But Wes Miller always wins the offseason. But the vibes are changing for this football team. I would not have thought that we'd be where we're at right now. I know if you want to, Satterfield with the credit, like we've already said, but his ability to retain talent, and I know Zach Grant, the GM, has a lot to do with it, with plucking some of these guys from the portal, but we're talking immediate impact guys. The team looks completely different. Having receivers that are taller than 5'8" always helps, and we rehauled that entire wide receiver room, and you keep bringing back guys like Brendan Sorsby, Corleone. You go get Tawee Walker from Wisconsin, Joe Cotton. You got to give a lot of credit to the talent evaluation of this coaching staff, the GM, everything, and the development too. I mean, I think if we played Nebraska again, and we love Nebraska fans, right? They've done it. They've done great for our show. I mean, the amount of views we've gotten, and we still get from the Nebraska fans. I would love to play Nebraska again. I think this is a completely different team. Obviously having all brand new receivers is going to change the dynamic on the first game of the season, but they're starting to mesh a little bit more now. You're seeing guys like, Noah Jennings, Caldwell starting to get more involved in the offense. Again, we didn't see a high flying offense today, but that happens, man. That's football, right? So I'm feeling pretty good, man. And if you're a UC football fan, you got to be ecstatic. You really do. I know some people were like ditching their season tickets, but they're still selling out Nippert. And, with UCF, can we bring a different rivalry in? Like, I don't want to be a rival with UCF. I'm done with UCF. The only thing they got going for them right now is that they got like the biggest enrollment known to mankind. Like, I'm kind of sick of UCF. I don't think football, basketball, it really should be a rivalry with us. I know we've been playing them forever, so it just kind of happens. But I'm kind of done with the UCF thing. Let's get some other rivalry, especially in football, man. I'm sick and tired of that shit. All right. I think that, like I said, I mean, I'm not Colin Cowherd. I can't just rip on here for 45 minutes. But we've already at about 15 minutes or so. But we will be doing please rate and subscribe, of course, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star. YouTube channel, of course, Chatterbox Sports. We also have, we kind of do some shorts and other content on our Chatterbox Bearcats YouTube page. So please subscribe to that as well. Certainly helps us keep this thing going. But no, that's going to do it for me. Like I said, I don't even think I said the final score, did I? Hold on. 20-11. I don't think I even mentioned it. Jeez, I got to clean it up. 20-11 final score. UC improves to 5-1, 3-0 in the Big 12. They beat UCF at home. And like I said, we got Oklahoma State next week on the road. Don't overlook them. I know that program is in disarray right now, but you got to get that game. And then we are truly sitting in the driver's seat at 4-0 in the Big 12. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Appreciate you listening. We'll do a midweek show, I believe, on Wednesdays when that will drop. That's when you'll hear from us again. We'll have at least Lily and Niehaus for sure. We might do, Chuck might jump on, myself, who knows. But appreciate you listening, and go Bearcats, man.